I want to talk now about another relative flop of yours and Dick's, certainly a relative flop compared to Oklahoma. Let me see, what was it called again? Oh, yes, South Pacific.
Oh, South Pacific really has everything in it. I don't think it's hard to explain the success of South Pacific, and it would be difficult to visualize it as a failure because it is such a potpourri of good theatrical elements.
You'd get two people like Cable, the young lieutenant, and Liat, a very young, rather naive people. And if you wanted these two people to sing, I think that what you would give them to sing would have the feeling of youth and innocence. Here's an example of what I mean. It's almost childlike.
There is an incredible innocence about the quality of that music.
Now, we both felt that this is essential to the dramatic validity of these characters. If you had given them the tune of Some Enchanted Evening, a big, husky, robust love song, would have been inappropriate and would have given, I think, a bad slant to the whole thing.
And in the case of DeBeck,
well, DeBeck was a much more sophisticated man. He knew a few things. He knew much more than Nellie. It certainly expresses his feeling for romance, and it tells the sort of man he is from the viewpoint of love.
No, but there is a robustness even to the romance.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And then with Nellie Forbush, now here you have a rare opportunity in establishing motion and lightness in a character.
Well, you'd get that in a song like I'm in Love with a Wonderful Guy.
You certainly wrote over a wide range in South Pacific. In There's Nothing Like a Dame. Nobody has to be taught to understand that. But you also were concerned about writing about the things that people do have to be taught to do. And it's interesting that they don't have to be taught to do the desirable things. They only have to be taught to do the undesirable things.
Yes, I'm afraid that's true, Arnold. Cable, he tells DeBeck in the play that they are not born with these ideas of prejudice. He says it happens after you're born.
There's been much talk and criticism of putting messages into plays and motion pictures, but you don't seem to object to this, and you don't pull any punches, as in South Pacific with the song, You've Got to Be Taught.
No, well, of course, You've Got to Be Taught is part and parcel of the story and the theme. I don't think South Pacific would be complete without this comment. I've heard people tell me that they thought this was out of place in a musical play, but that comment usually comes from people who aren't so worried about that kind of a song in a musical play. They're really worried about the theme. They really don't agree with it. They really would not like to have it said.
You say it very simply and in words which have no doubt about them at all.
Yes. You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. I think the point is that it isn't necessary to love one another. The necessity is to understand one another. Because understanding, I think, is a block to hatred.